Welcome back. Mike and Jen Xing around. I'm Mike.
I'm Jen.
We've been gone for a couple months.
Yeah, we've been gone for a while.
It's been a very, very busy couple of months. Our kids have been very, very busy in sports.
Very busy. You
And
have something on your eyelash.
I do.
Like, how do you not?
I don't know. Thank you. You
Uh-huh.
saved my life right there.
Yeah, I know.
And everybody got it on camera. You're a natural hero right now.
So first of all,
If
if you like us,
you like us, yes.
like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna make an attempt not to be 2 months in between episodes this time.
Yeah, we're gonna try, but life happens.
Life does happen.
And also, this is all for entertainment purposes
Entertainment
only.
purposes
These
only.
are our opinions. This is not fact, and this is just for fun.
That's right. We might believe it's fact, but that doesn't mean it's actual fact.
So.
So what have we been up to? I mean, we got some kids that have been doing some crazy stuff.
So yeah, for those of you that don't know, we have 6 kids. We have 3 adults and 3 teenagers. And
Three
the 3
teenagers.
teenagers, as of I think Thursday afternoon,
Oh,
we
good
will
Lord.
have now 3 that are completely in high school. Our youngest one is going to be done with 8th grade here soon,
Yep.
and so he actually just played his spring high school football game
Yes,
today.
he did. Yes, he did. Did really well.
Mm-hmm.
Did really well. They started him out at center.
Yeah. And then moved him over to right tackle.
Right tackle. They wanted to get the other kids some opportunities, and I think he's going to be a center this year, but we'll see what happens. I like the fact that he plays center though.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's he's a really smart kid, so I think it's going to play right into his skills.
I agree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
anywhere he plays, if he really puts his mind to it, he'll do amazing things. And I'm not just saying that because I'm his mom.
No.
He's really good. But
He really is good. I wish the one thing that I didn't give my children was their speed. I gave all 3 of them no speed. And yeah, I mean, Jackson's, man, he's got great hands, got great feet. It's just, he wasn't blessed to be a sprinter. Yeah, that's on me. I know it. I know it. Because I was never fast.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, what can you do?
In other news,
On to the next one.
our 17-year-old actually,
Well, you know what I wanna
he
talk about?
and his golf team we just got back from state. They
We did.
competed in the state championship for golf for
They did.
varsity level for 4A.
4A, yep.
And down here in South Carolina, and they took 7th. And
Seventh? Yes, they did.
honestly, that's up 3 spots from last year. They took 10th. So it's promising. That's great. I mean, it was a really cool experience.
It
We
really
got to
was.
see gators on the golf course for our first time
8?
down here.
8 of them on the second day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, one was staring at me. We were walking down. There was water on one side, one on the other side. And then he's just staring. He's literally looking at me. His eyes were yellow. Literally had butterflies in my stomach. And I wasn't even that close. I mean, like 15 feet away, I think.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
When they were
It
across the
didn't
water,
scare me so much.
it scared me. That's okay.
You know what did scare me though is when we went to that first hole and you saw them for the first time and you were walking over there like you were a tourist and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, you don't understand. Like, there's the pond and my husband's like walking right next to it. I'm like, you understand that they can come on land and run after you, right?
So I did know that. I felt like I had a better shot, though. I felt like I had a good shot.
I think
at
out of the
outrunning that
jump
one.
out of that water initially, I think they got to jump on you. Honestly, I think if it
had-
really came down to it, yeah,
Had they jumped out of the water, I would have soiled myself.
probably.
I mean, there's no question about it. Like I said, when I saw the one staring at me, it literally made my stomach like, it was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even that close.
No.
But we were in his environment, and he was just eyeing me down.
I'm definitely the alligator spotter. That's for sure.
Oh my God! When
The last hole they played, which was hole 8,
hole
'cause they
8,
started on hole 9 because
Yeah.
it was a shotgun start. And I remember from their practice round, the
Yeah.
coach saying that he almost stepped on a gator on hole 8. So I'm like, we're on hole 8. So I
Yeah.
started looking and I didn't see anything. And there's a pond that you have to walk by. And as I looked down, the gator was like on the edge of the pond by like where the kids had to walk. So I'm like, you might want to move a little bit.
yeah, and it was the kid from the other team. I don't remember which school he was. I think he might have been in Greenwood. But then he moved, and then our kid just kept walking, like no big deal.
And
then
I'm
we're
like,
dude,
there's a gator. And he's like, oh.
oh.
And then when we had to point out to him, they can run on land, then that added a little bit more giddy up in their step
Just a little
because they
bit.
didn't understand that they could run on land.
Yeah, apparently they're pretty fast. Yeah, we didn't see him run, thank God, because
No,
that
they
would not
were
have
they
been
were
good.
sunning
They were
themselves.
sunny most of them today,
Yeah.
and on a rainy day. That's the funny part.
And then our daughter,
Excuse me.
they finished their season for softball.
They did. We ended
they-
up. We didn't make it out of the
The brackets, the original playoff brackets.
Yeah, we didn't make it out of
Which
there.
is disappointing. I mean, I really feel like these girls, honest to goodness, with the talent that was on that team, I truly believed they had a good shot at state this year.
You know, I agree with you. And we won our first 2 games in the playoff, and then we came up against a team out at West Florence. That pitcher was really good. I
Yeah.
mean, she was really good. She had 17 strikeouts the game before ours,
Mm-hmm.
and then struck out 16 of our girls.
I think she was hittable. Unfortunately, I don't feel adjusted.
Yeah, I think if we had another chance at her, I think we would have done some stuff. But I mean, we lost the game 4-1. It was a good game. It was a
Yeah.
good game, and then that put us down the losers bracket, and we kind of tanked it on the next game. We should have beat that team, but we didn't, and it is what it is. I mean, we ended up 14-8.
Mm-hmm.
Took second in the region. We had lost in a tiebreaker, so
Our daughter did get all region, though.
she did get all
I'm
region.
very proud of her. I'm very proud of the girls. I mean, honestly, I think they persevered.
It was a challenging season.
Yeah.
It was challenging, and it's over, and we move on, and it is what it is.
Always
So-
hope next year's better.
Yep. And I'm jumping back in the coaching saddle. I'm
Yes,
excited
you
about
are.
that. So I'll be taking over her summer program. So we got a great group of girls.
Yeah.
A lot of speed, a lot of power, and just good all around. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun this year.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went down to state, we got to go down to Bluffton, right?
For golf.
For golf, for the golf tournament. We had a pretty cool experience down in Bluffton, right? We did do a little bit of Goodwilling. So
Yeah,
a
we
little
love
bit.
thrifting.
We
So
do.
for those of you that don't know, thrifting is like that's our thing.
That's our jam.
It's my thing, and he kind of jumped on board with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like for me, it's like a treasure hunt. And I just like to look and find and see something really cool or different, or even for me for clothing. Like it's I understand it's for people that need it, but I also don't like to be like everybody else. I don't like to wear what everybody else is
No.
wearing. So I find, I'm a fan of pieces. Like, you just
Right.
I'm not a big trend fan person. So I like just to find cool and
You like
different.
to be a trend setter,
Yes.
not a trend follower.
Correct. Yes.
I think Goodwill's good for that. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find.
Not to mention, it's a treasure hunt. You
Really
never
is.
we have found some really amazing
Mhm.
things. And honestly, I have flipped a few. I had an upscale resale store for a while, and that's kind of like my thing. It's like I said, it's a treasure hunt. So
Yeah. I found
It's-
I got a beer tap up here. I'm going to get that sold. I found a golf, I don't know. Goes for
we
like
find
a-
all sorts of
Goes for like
weird
$100
and
bucks
fun
on eBay.
stuff.
I found
Yeah.
it for $3. I'm feeling good about that.
But we have golfers in the house, so it can be
We do.
beneficial.
No, then it'll get dirty and I can't sell it.
But what we did do was we went out to dinner. We went out to dinner a couple of nights while we were there.
We went to a place called One Hot Mama's. Now, I was unaware that it was a barbecue joint.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I wasn't really sure. It was rainy, and the golf boys needed something to do, so we found this place called the Zone Forum, and in
Yes.
that strip mall,
Mhm.
there was this restaurant.
Yeah,
So
there
we
was-
weren't going to sit through the boys doing whatever. So we're like, well, we'll just go to the restaurant. You guys just kind of meet us over there when you're done.
Right.
And so we're looking at the menu. The woman who owns it, she was some Food Network's person, and then she won.
Yeah, it was like her
smoked fried chicken was like
legs.
award winning.
Yeah, it was they did something on the Food Network with, and you know what we did? We didn't get it.
No, we did not get that. We over ordered like we always do.
Ah.
We got ourselves. But you never know at restaurants.
You don't.
Sometimes you order and it's like, "Where's my food?" And
Right.
sometimes you order and it's like, "Holy crap!" This was a holy crap one.
It was.
We got to starters. We got the pulled pork nachos.
We did, and they were
Unbelievable,
Really good.
except for the fact that they there's all that they do not short you on the meat. They do not short you on
Oh
the
my God.
chips. They do not short
No.
you on the toppings. They short you on the cheese.
cheese. Yeah,
And
they
then
did.
charged us for it when I said, "There's no cheese on my nachos," and they charged us.
They did. They brought us a ramekin of cheese and
Charged us
we
for it.
charged
I was like, oh.
now
"Now
this
Then-
platter.
we
I-
got
ju-
this barbecue platter."
No,
we're
the
still on the
platter
nachos.
of nachos. I mean, just the size of it. It had to be 15 by 10. I mean,
was
it
huge.
was monstrous.
It was huge.
So, but we didn't know that. So before that came out, then we
We-
ordered.
This rib or this it was a barbecue place. So we got
Yeah.
this it was the barbecue trio. So it was ribs, brisket, and pulled pork.
Yep.
And then
It came with
sides, and then I got a salad. We were going to share it. All of it was intended to us to kind of share.
Yep.
Like whatever. And we didn't even barely. I don't even think
I
we,
never touched the platter.
No, we had a couple of the ribs, and they didn't sauce them. Yes, we each had
Did
a
I
piece.
have a rib?
Yeah. And they
I
were
don't even know-
okay.
I don't even know if I got a
but
rib,
I'm
to
going
be
to tell you
honest
what,
with
these nachos were fantastic.
I don't think I actually ever tried any of that.
One of the boys had wings, and he said they were best that he'd ever
did.
had.
Yes.
And actually, one of the coaches got the nachos too and said it was fantastic. Braden got something. Anyways, One Hot Mama's in Bluffton, fantastic.
Yep.
The food was really
Absolutely.
great. The service was great.
Mhm.
They were accommodating.
Very much so. Yeah, because when we went in, it was just us two, and then we said, "Hey, we're gonna have a group of 9."
They were like, no problem. They held table. Like they were really great. So they
They
were
were really
really
good.
accommodating. And the pricing, honestly, for what you got,
I couldn't complain.
it was absolutely worth it. We ended up picking up for the team, and it was 6 boys and 3
adults.
coaches.
Yep.
And it was $222, and they ordered whatever they wanted.
Yeah, they didn't know.
So
They didn't know.
they
we
had
were-
no idea we were going to pick up their tab. So, for 9 grown men,
Yeah,
$200 for. I mean, that's
So-
a hell of a steal.
yeah. To go out in this day and age, that's a
Yeah.
really good deal.
Yeah, it really was.
So-
So, One Hot Mama's in Bluffton, highly recommend them.
Yep.
In Bluffton, South Carolina.
Bluffton, South Carolina. Now, one of the cool things, Bluffton, which is right next door to
Hilton Head.
which is that's like our jam.
That's like our jam where we decided we weren't going to let the kids go
No, kids are not allowed to cross that bridge.
with us.
Nope.
No, because that's like where we go hide away from them. I call it like I've been to Maui, and I call it like Maui Light. Like, it's obviously you're not Maui, but I mean it's that vibe, and it's really cool. If
It's a
you've
great
never
place.
been to Hilton Head,
Highly recommend it.
even all the buildings are all modeled a certain way because they want to keep the island decor a certain way. Like they shut off all the resort lights
Mhm.
at 10 p.m. because of the turtles, May
Yep.
through October, the
Mhm.
sea turtles, and because they're nesting. And they said if the lights are on, the sea turtles get confused and they head towards
They head towards the light instead
the
of
light instead of following the
moon.
stars.
I thought it was the
it's
moonlight.
it's the moon and the stars that reflect off the water,
Off the
and
water,
that's
right.
what that draws them to the water.
There we go.
So it's actually really cool. I mean, to be out, and you can go out to the water
Oh.
after 10 p.m. And I'm going to tell you, it is one of the coolest experiences because you
It was
feel like
amazing.
there could be other people on that beach, but it's so dark and it's
Mm-hmm.
so vast that it almost feels like you have the whole beach to yourself. I'm telling you, as a couple, go.
It was awesome.
Leave your children at home
Yes.
and go. It is just truly it's a wonderful place.
One of the coolest things is like when we leave the resort and you go to the beach, and usually you have like 20 feet of beach and you're in the water. Not here.
It's huge.
At least 150 feet
Yeah,
minimum
it's big.
from the end of the resort to the actual water.
Hmm.
That's how it is the entire island.
Yeah.
And it is so vast.
Yeah.
And you're just staring up. You can see it was
It's beautiful.
unreal.
It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, just for a little couple getaway,
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
And obviously during this time of year, if you're local, go during the week if you can. Use some vacation days because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. But
And my secret is the price line. You never know what you're going to get. Like you pick the amount of stars and it gives you like this deal. And we have lucked out
three times.
every
We've done
time.
it 3 times, and every time has been a score.
Yeah.
It really
Like we
has.
have stayed in some really like beautiful resorts for like nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just woohoo.
Oh,
So one of
yeah.
these times I know we're going to get nailed, but we have stayed in some bad ones. We didn't know they were bad ones, but like,
No, we kind of knew that
No,
Red
well-
Roof Inn was going to be bad.
well, Red Roof Inn, that one, but the first one we stayed at up in Spartanburg, where we pulled in. Now I'm going to tell you what on Travelocity, this hotel looked wonderful.
I will say this though: the actual hotel wasn't bad. The location,
I actually I asked the guy when we checked in.
it
I'm
was a little
like,
sketch.
because
Little
we saw
sketch.
some sort of deal go down next door, and I don't want to. It was probably not of the legal persuasion. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, we can put it that way.
And I asked the gentleman, I'm like, are we good here? And he looked at me, and I'm like, and he goes, listen, he goes, just don't leave the hotel, and you'll be okay. And I'm like,
And then we'd be like, but we got to go out to eat. We survived. We haven't stayed there since.
we no. Now
And we didn't change hotels. I mean, we literally, I mean, you live and you learn. And we survived. I feel good about it.
Mm,
We're never going to stay there again.
no.
Now, we did drive by there the next trip.
And it changed.
It did.
It wasn't,
yeah, it wasn't
but it didn't.
rough.
No, no, it was still rough. It just changed names.
Oh,
It was something else. Yeah, yeah,
Funny. I didn't remember that.
yeah.
That's good. There was something else I want to talk about. Oh, so one of the things that I'm assuming we're done with Hilton Head and Bluffton. We're good there.
Yeah, we were just giving you the reasons as to why that we haven't been on because our damn kids like to play the damn sports.
They do, and it's actually not going to be too bad this summer though. Well, you and Braden get to travel all over.
Yeah, so Braden and I, our son, our 17-year-old is he's the golfer.
He's the golfer.
And he wants to continue playing and he wants to potentially play in college going forward. So the only way you can do so is you have to get points. And the only way to accumulate points is to play in tournaments over the summer. And here in South Carolina, Darius Rucker of Hootie and the Blowfish offers what he calls the Hootie Series. He's an avid golfer and he's from South Carolina. So he offers this tournament series to these kids, and they are playing at these amazing courses all over the state for $10.
Yeah, you pay a $200 like into the league, and you can play in many of these tournaments as you want. But Braden signed up for 10.
Yeah, and we can do more too. I mean, him and I are gonna look at the calendar and maybe pick a couple where we travel.
Yeah, I try to
keep
keep him within an hour. Just because I know how much traveling we're doing, a little bit of traveling with Jameson and all that stuff. But yeah, I am super jealous.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm all about I wasn't really sure about being the whole golf mom, and I was kind of like, this is gonna be so boring. It's not, because I have done this thing which I didn't even know what I was doing till he gave me a name for it. So like, I have a hard time. Like, I lose the ball. Like, I have glasses, I have everything, corrective eyewear, like everything that I should need. But it's like, once it gets up, I'm gone. I'm looking up at the sky and I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm just kind of like moving like everybody else because I no idea. So I am better off hearing it plop down.
Yes.
So what I have found is for me to stand back and watch them hit the ball, I have no effing idea where it's gone.
No.
So I go ahead and then wait for the ball to plop down. And so that apparently is called...
She's a four caddy.
Right. And I didn't realize, and actually a coach had come up to me and actually had thanked me for making it go faster.
Yes.
I was helping him out and I didn't even realize what I was doing. I actually thought I was cheating by like pointing out where the ball was.
It is an amazing help. I wish every time we played that I had a four caddy, because it would save so much time, because you have people out there that actually see where it lands. You don't have to look for the ball. You are doing a huge service to those kids. And you can see the ball.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like, I try to like gauge. So my little game is like, I try to gauge where I think my kid can hit it based on, there's a kid that played ahead of him.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, if he hits it here, Braden's going to hit it right about here-ish too. So it was like a little game I used to like to play. And, so I'm sure I'll do that this summer and, get some good walks in. As long as I know, like, I don't mind if I'm walking or riding in a car.
As long as you know.
As long as I know ahead of time and I can be prepared.
Footwear.
Yeah. Yeah, because we went to the Masters this year and my blisters got blisters. And because we didn't know the terrain, it was like uphill both ways.
You cannot tell that course is so hilly. It has so many swells. We walked up the 10th hole. Now, seeing on TV, it's a downhill hole, but we went up it. So we went from green to tee.
But you don't realize that it's a really long hole, and the whole entire time you're going this way.
You are.
And I was wearing sandals because I'm just thinking, we're not golfing. We're just going to leisurely bounce from hole to hole to hole. Like, no big deal. I've done this. I've worn these shoes.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't work out on that course.
Nope, because down here in South Carolina, we have this thing called sand. And that sand, when mixed with a foot and some sweat and some shoe material. Yeah.
Hey, you were hurting.
Bad.
So we use this as a learning experience, because to go to the Masters, you have to join the lottery. Am I going to join the lottery again this year? Of course I am. Not going to bring Jackson, though. The young one is not into it. That's all right, though. We had a good time.
What I was really shocked about was how cheap all the prices were as far as like
Oh
the
my
food
God.
and the beverages
Yep.
and everything. That was insane. What was also insane was to get into like the
Excuse me.
merch.
Yeah.
Hours of waiting. Hours.
Yeah.
There was one guy who walked out carrying a couple of bags and he's like, "Oh, the wife should be happy I spent under $1,000." And I'm like,
When I heard that, now that we heard that right as we walked in.
and this isn't golf clubs. They're not buying clubs. They're
No.
not buying. They're buying
Merch.
shirts,
Hats.
bags, pins. Like
Now, we did finally hit a side merch.
a kiosk, if you will.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. We still spent $160. Now,
$175.
sorry. We got chairs. 'Cause-
Two chairs.
Two chairs. Braden got a towel. He got a ball mark.
Because you don't realize walking, you're going to want to sit down. And so the little chairs, like,
Yeah, and you got everything there.
because you can only have certain size chairs.
Yeah, you
So,
there's no arms.
Yeah.
You can't have a chair with arms. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we didn't have any of those. And I didn't know if we would need chairs. I mean, I didn't know how much we'd be walking around, how much we sit in the grandstands or anything like that. We needed chairs.
Mhm.
So, again, you live and learn, you learn.
Mhm.
I would love to go back. I mean, the course itself, when you walk on it,
It was
looks like
gorgeous.
it looks like a painting.
it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. You know, honestly, though, when the boys played, I think it was at maybe the Florence Country Club this summer or for school.
Mhm.
One of those two country clubs out there that they played, either the Darlington one or the Florence one. The swells and the hills were
Yeah.
it was almost like a mini version. It was gorgeous. It was truly
Yeah,
gorgeous. I think it was the Florence Country
I
Club.
remember you saying something like that. You get to go to all these things, and it kills me because, I found out I'm bad luck for my kid. I'm bad luck. It
He
is what it
really
is. He doesn't play well when I'm there. I don't know if I put extra pressure on him.
Honestly, I think it's because, and I will stand by this, you have taught him everything. You've taught him his sports. You've kind of taught him everything. And I think truly he doesn't want to let you down. And I don't even think he realizes
Yeah, I
that.
don't
Do you
know.
know what I'm saying? It's like when he has a bad hole when it's just me,
Yeah.
he can get over that in like the next hole and a half, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, eventually I'll just look at him and go, get your head out of your ass. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
And go, do you want a Snickers or something? And he's fine. You, that lingers more. And I truly,
And it's crazy.
it's not, but the only way he can get past that is to get over it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So it's like you can't stop coming, but he's got to figure out how to mentally get over it. But he first has to recognize that he's got that mental issue.
Well, even when because he and I played in a tournament on Sunday, and on the 11th or 12th hole, I literally had to turn to him and tell him to knock it off. His attitude sucked, and he was pissing me off. I basically told him, I get to play once a week. You're not going to ruin my fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so even at that point,
But he doesn't
couldn't get
do
over
that when you're not there.
It. That's what I'm saying. It's me.
It's yeah. But
It's
but I
clearly me.
don't think it's you. I think it's here of, and I don't even
Yeah, I don't
think
even
it's registering with him, in my opinion.
I mean, the kid can go out without just when he's out there just screwing around, shoots even par, no big deal. It's a walk in the park for that kid.
Mhm. Without batting an eyelash.
And it's on our home course, which is a very difficult course. And then he turns around in these easier courses and he struggles.
And he makes boneheaded decisions
Yeah.
when he's with you.
Yeah.
Or when you're with, I should say.
Well, I might push him into trying different stuff. Why not, right? Not
Yeah,
really. Not during tournament.
I don't. I'm there with his Pepsi and some Reese's or something.
There
Like,
we go.
But
Hey, we did talk about Jameson making all region, but Braden did get most improved.
he did.
Now,
He also got Mr. Pepsi / crowd pleaser.
Now, one of the things that's kind of cool about that kid is coming up in August,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be his 2-year anniversary of starting to play.
Yeah.
So he's less than 2 years into this game. He made varsity his second year of ever playing. He helped the team get down to state.
Yeah.
He actually won a tournament this year.
Mm-hmm.
They had one. So basically, all season he was on varsity except for 1 week. There was one kid that was playing really well, so they moved him up and they moved Braden down to JV for this one tournament. I don't know if it lit a fire in his ass, but he turns around, and he wins the tournament. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Wins it. All right. Never looked back.
Mm-mm.
Went to varsity, stayed on the entire season, helped them advance to state.
As a matter of fact, at that Florence one is where he got the eagle.
Yep. Yeah, he got an eagle there.
And I got to witness the eagle.
You
So
did?
we actually both have witnessed his eagles.
Yeah, I was on the phone with him one time when he hit one.
No. I was on the phone with you.
That's right. I was on the phone with you, but I was there when he got an eagle in front of me.
So he hit the eagle. I was still there because I was.
You know. Now that you say that, it's kind of pissing me off that I've got like 5 eagles in my whole life. I'm in my late 40s, and the kid's been playing for 2 years. He's got like 30. Fuck. I taught him well. We're going to go with that. I taught him well.
Mm-hmm. But you know, they say the only ones that can beat the teachers are the students.
Yeah, he beat me that one. He did get me twice. He got me twice this summer, so far this year.
Doesn't that suck?
It does, but you know what? He had to turn around and shoot pretty damn good to do it. So that's okay.
But just you have like a little hint of what it's like to be me. You know, I'm not up there in the clouds with you athlete people. Like, you know, I'm just a mere mortal down here.
Well,
like, for those of you that don't know my husband, he's annoyingly good at every damn sport. And if he doesn't know it, he'll teach himself. Like, for an example, our daughter is a softball player. It is a girls' sport. Mm-hmm. And softball pitching is different than baseball pitching.
Yes.
And my husband YouTubed videos over and over again so he could teach himself how to properly softball pitch and get the speed down so he can work with our daughter with A, with her hitting, and B, with her catching, so she could properly block and catch and do all these things. So now, he's just in a whole nother realm.
I will say this, though. Yes, I did do that. And yes, a couple of years ago, we decided that Jamison needed to move over to catcher full time. Last year, she blew out her MCL, completely unrelated to catching. So this was basically her first full varsity season as catcher now.
Yeah, it was her gym teacher that had them do maxes on their first day without teaching them how to do maxes.
And that was a softball coach too. But we're not even talking about that now. However, now we can get into one more thing.
Sure.
We got to brag about her one more time.
Okay.
So, she didn't have an error all year. No errors.
Not one.
Not one.
My daughter, our.
But now it's hers, but usually it's ours, especially when she talks back. Number one in
our region. For fielding.
Fielding percentage. Number one in Class 4A. Number one in the state of South Carolina.
The entire state of South Carolina in fielding.
In fielding percentage, 1,000%. She is number one. You can go look it up. It is an amazing thing. She's 200 and something in this country, actually.
Yeah.
So first year varsity catcher, and first year really, catching at school ball, and kid killed it. Absolutely killed it. I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah. Especially from the hurdles that she had to jump through in order to do it, and all of the mental anguish that she was put through by other coaches prior to this season. Way to freaking show out, persevere, and be amazing. I could not be more proud of my daughter.
Yes.
Honest to goodness. I mean, it's almost like I hope she looks back at this moment and just kind of can flip her hair, adjust her crown, and just say,
it was kind of
all of you people out there that treated me like crap prior to this, I am eating my amazing cake right now.
Now, I will give credit. Her best friend / pitcher, Miss June, was pitcher of the year for the region.
Oh, yes. She absolutely 100% deserves.
So killed it. Always fun to watch her pitch. It's just like watching just gliding. You know what I mean? It's just smooth.
Especially when she gets in her groove. Something special. I love to watch it.
So she'll be with us this summer. She's on our summer ball team. And then Ella, another girl from the team, made All-State.
All-State, and she won Region Player of the Year.
Region Player of the Year. So
and then one of the other girls on the team, she,
Miss Lexi,
she won all
she got all region, and she got invited to the North-South All-Star game. So,
some great talent on this team.
Oh, it's amazing. We're losing 3 or 4 seniors. We're losing four seniors.
4 seniors.
All 4 of them playing in college.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing. So we're gonna go watch some of them next year when they get to do their thing. So all we can do is try, and we're gonna play in some really good tournaments this summer. We're gonna play against some really good teams. We're playing a bunch of teams from Virginia, North Carolina, some coming down from Pennsylvania in that Rock Hill one. So that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So everything that took us away from doing this, we're just gonna do so much more of it.
We are, but we aren't, because it's all going to be.
It's weekends.
It's weekends. So, and we're actually doing a better job. ADHD is kind of a pain in the ass, so we kind of have to schedule these things. So now we actually sat down yesterday. We actually put on a schedule for ourselves.
We both have ADHD, and it's not like a late diagnosis. I mean, if you go back, you can even look through my report cards when I was a kid, and every telltale sign for both of us, quite frankly. And I mean, obviously, both of our add-ons, what our different issues are a little bit different, but
So we're gonna get better. Staying on schedule, producing more episodes because you know what? I truly enjoy this,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of fun things to talk about. We actually spent what was that yesterday? We spent like an hour and just brainstorming ideas, and they were just flowing.
If not even, yeah, probably longer than that. You
Yeah.
know, and we really like to do it. I mean, we have no idea to what end this will ever be. If it's just something that's just for us for enjoyment, or just put it out there and just kind of like throwing shit to the wall and see what sticks.
There we go.
You know, we were trying to come up with ideas of what to do the podcast about, and we decided, you know, eventually when we first came out about this, we wanted to do more Gen X and
Yeah.
and kind of go because that's who we are and the era that we came from. However, that's really kind of hard to kind of reminisce the entire time. So
really is.
I kind of think that our goal at this point is just do us.
We're
You
just gonna
know,
have some fun.
just talk about all sorts of shit. Just talk about anything and everything and
And hopefully y'all enjoy it too. We're gonna
Yeah.
give some reviews on restaurants. Like I said, One Hot Mama's down in Bluffton. Outstanding. Go
granted,
for it. If
the
you get-
majority of our reviews are going to be South Carolina specific. However,
yeah, I mean, we could do some Charlotte area stuff.
yeah, if if we travel, I mean, we will. I mean, we can tell you all about the local Top Golfs if you have any questions. Where are your people?
yeah, we do like.
Mhm.
Do not go to the Augusta Top Golf. It's horrible.
Mhm.
Absolutely horrible. Every other one has been fantastic.
Mhm.
And we got to get down to Charleston. We haven't
Yeah.
been down there to that one yet.
All right.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for now.
Welcome. We are welcoming.
Welcome you back. Welcome us
you
back.
Welcome us back. A couple of you have asked, you know, when we're going to put out episodes, and now is the time.
Here we are. All right. Till
Everybody
next time.
have a great night, guys.